Now, you definitely have an old soul, and I'm probably sure that you've heard that before, that you have an old soul. But you're actually real young.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember when I was first exposed to your music, and that of course was when it was you, it was Merc Major. Shout out to Merc Major. And to this day, you two are the only people who we put on stage, and I don't know how you managed to do it, but you blew every fuse in the club. I still don't know how you guys managed to do that. But from that point, from that time, I could see that you had the potential to really be a force in music, not just hip hop, but a force in music. Period. Whenever I did see you, you always had a notebook in your hand.
Yeah.
Every time I saw you, a notebook in your hand, writing something.
Yeah.
Scrambling, writing. So I don't think that a lot of people really understand how deep, you are rooted in this music scene in Hawaii, and you've done joints with a lot of people. Of course, there's the West Side joint that's still to this day catching numbers all over the internet, on YouTube and everything. And your recent album that you did, and I know that they wrote an article up on you, and in one of those magazines, I forget the name of it right now, it escapes me, but I did peep that article. It was by a lady named Llewellyn something, but just seeing things like that, it's like, you're right when you say that you're just getting started.
Yeah.
So with you feeling like you're just getting started, and with the success that you've had, have you had to distance yourself at all from anything or any type of elements that I don't want to say were negative, but sometimes when you come up in the hood and you start doing good, those that was around you in the hood, if they ain't doing as good, it can get a little messy. So have you had to figure out how to navigate that?
I think with every successful person, that comes to a time where they realize that they have to prioritize their self. Everybody wants to be with the boys and hang out and be this guy, but when it really comes down to it, you got to take care of you. You got to take care of your family. Nobody is going to come over there and put food on your plate, take care of your children, take care of your moms. You got to go do that yourself. And when you can start to see that at a young age, and you actually visualize it and see it, and you don't have to have any negative things that happen for you to see it, it's a blessing. For me, I didn't have to go in the hood and beef with a whole bunch of guys about me being successful, because that is a big thing. Like, usually when you come from somewhere and you doing too good, a lot of people is going to try to shoot you down on some, look at this guy, but I've always been above that. Ever since I first started, I've been getting the negativity, and I've always been above it. It has no room to even exist around me. And even with my friends, like, if you're not on the same track and you're not on the same level, and you know where I'm going, and you're not trying to go there, it's all love, but I'm gonna go do what I gotta do, And over time, people have just come to understand that that's how Mac is already, and that's why I'm able to move the way I move,
Now, where did the name come from? Where did you come up with Mac Foreign? What's behind that?
So Mac Foreign is Mac 4 is actually my initials. So it's Morris A. Clark the fourth. There's a Mac 3, Mac, Junior, and then, the ultimate Mac that started this line, you know what I mean?
Roger that.
So, that's where it come from. So Mac, M-A-C, and the fourth, Mac 4. So it was Mac 4 for a while. And then the IV is the numerals, right? And the IV looks like an N, you see? So Mac 4.
Okay. I got you.
And then when it coined the term, because I was Young Mac first. So just Young Mac with the initials. Then my boy Derek, Derek Carvalho, he gave me this name, Mac Morris. He's like, your name Morris, and then, you know, everybody's like, which Mac is that? Oh, Mac Morris. Oh, okay. So then that was a smooth name for a while. And then I changed it to Mac Foreign when I brought back that 4. And like when I go around the world and stuff, this is when I started sliding with Merc and we was hitting different cities. They were like, oh, where you from? You one of them island boys or something like this, way before the actual island boys. And it was like, you foreign or something. And so I just coined that term, Mac Foreign. Which one is that? Oh, because I was in the mainland doing all the tours and stuff. So, oh, foreign, Mac Foreign, you know, and then it just stuck with me.
Now, what has that been like for you? Just the touring, you know, hitting different cities. You know, what has that done for you musically, and how do you feel it's helped you grow as an artist?
As an artist from Hawaii, that's something that I feel everybody needs to experience. You need to go out there. Like, if this is really what you want to do, then you need to know that that's part of your lifestyle. Part of your lifestyle is going on tour and doing all of these things. I don't care if you only got a show that only got 3 people there, 4 people. Book all your shows like you going on tour and like all your stuff is sold out. You know what I mean? Get the notion of how it feels to go there and prioritize and book shows and talk to promoters, because everything that you're doing at this level right here will eventually be up here. And any type of job that you go into where you want to be up here at the top, in order to get there, you got to do all of these things right here, you know? And it would be crazy for you to think that you can make it up there without even trying to do any of these things. But for me, the way it helped me as an artist is just basically showing me the reality of the music business, you know, and that not everything is what it seems. And, you know, if you really want this, you got to actually really want this, because you're going to go into a game where you see people making hundreds of thousands of dollars and millions, and you may never see that your whole life. But if you love this, those things won't matter. The right amount of money is going to come for you, and you got to understand like divine timing and stuff. Like, everybody else around you that you see is popping and doing this and doing that, it's because that's their time. Everybody has their time. Your time might be to be the artist that you are, to inspire somebody else to become the bigger artist they need to be. And that might make you feel amazing, you know? Or somebody else's time might be to get out there and create avenues for the rest of the people that's waiting. You know, everybody has their own thing, you know, and it's always good to follow every dream that you have in the music. Like, there are people that this is a good thing that you should do for artists out there who, you know, are inspired and they want to make this their actual career. Whenever you have an idea about something, do it. Never let nobody shoot you down and say, oh, nah, that's junk, or don't do this, because you got to actually do it. There's a lot of people in the industry who will look at people who are opportunists and stuff and be like, nah, it's not going to work. Like, I don't even know why you're trying to do that. Just simply out for the fact because it didn't work for them. You know?
That part. Now, what would you consider to be, as far as going out on tour and everything, what were the highs and what were the lows of it?
Oh, so definitely the highs of tour is, you know, going to different places and trying different foods, seeing different views, and catching good vibes and understanding cultures from other places, you know? We real big on culture out here, you know? So whenever I go to another place, it's good. I want to respect their culture and see what it's all about. Even in the States, you know, not even just island places, like everybody has a culture of how they're doing. That's why my brand is called Motivating the Culture. We're motivating every single culture, everything that you do with music, because that's what they're doing anyway. You know what I mean? Some of the lows on tour, you know, of course, you're gonna be going like, you know, 6, 7, 8, 9 days straight. You trying to hit this show, you trying to, like, that's why I said it's good, like, to go places and do this before you actually have the big wind of touring, so you know what it's like, you know what I mean? And you can see how to budget, consolidate things. Like, okay, we gotta go, we gotta hit this place, we gotta hit there. And just be safe with it, That's one of the biggest things. Like when you're on tour, be safe and be smart. When you're in a position where you can be a target, just like anybody else that's in the industry or someone that looks like they're successful, but even more because you have to draw attention to yourself for what you do. So just be smart and be safe, and there won't be too many lows on tour. I say the best thing about it all overall is the experience and being able to reach these people and make these connections far abroad from where you're from,
So what's it been like for you having to, put on, the multiple hats that are needed in order to achieve a higher level of success as an independent artist who's not signed to a major record label? At what point did you have to make that shift from just being an artist to being an artist and a businessman?
Oh man, I'd say after putting in a lot of work in studio time, paying for it as an individual, paying for the marketing, promotions, and getting your merch done. I was doing all of these things to the fullest extent with no deals, no hey bro, I'm gonna help you out since it's just you. Just doing it all to the point where I was like, okay man, this is every single dime I have is going to this music. I remember working at Pearl Ridge, selling phone cases, and every single dollar I made from that would go to something with music. The first check I got, we got a microphone stand. The next one was the mic. Then, just start going more and more. I need a pop filter disc. And fortunately, at that time, I think Hutch still had some connects at Easy Music. So I was able to get me a deal and get started with that. Shout out to Hutch. For those who don't know Hutch was a good guy for me. He helped me do a lot of things, and especially with music. He gave me a lot of good sound advice and whatnot. But yeah, man, when it comes down to those things, you really just gotta know for sure that that's what you want to do. And if you're gonna do that, you gotta go in wholeheartedly to the point where, all right, I gotta start making these beats because I've been buying all these beats, man. I'm gonna start engineering myself, because although people are gonna be like, you trying to engineer yourself, just leave it to the professionals. If you don't have the capital to do all of that stuff, you gotta start somewhere.
You gotta learn how to do it yourself.
And then, you're gonna try and make your own album covers and do it. You gotta do everything yourself. Or you're gonna try and shoot your own music videos. Like, those are one of the key things that I want artists, not just in Hawaii, just everywhere, to understand that you can do this stuff all by yourself, all with the things that you can acquire: studio, interface, record yourself, mix and master. These days, there are no excuses. When I started and I was trying to record myself on an internal mic or the Radio Shack mic, or putting toilet paper over the small internal mic, put a hanger with the do-rag, I had a Danimals cup over, all types of and these days you can make a song on your phone, send it into DistroKid, and they'll master the track for you, put it on every digital platform, and you can go viral and become an instant success just off of that. Now, do you have to put the work in after that? Yeah, of course, because there's the long haul, like guys like me who got over 150 songs on all streaming platforms.
Yep.
And did the long haul so that when you do hit, it's okay, boom, who's this guy back foreign, and you can dive back into all my content. And then there's certain people who just gonna blow, and then they're looking for the next hit, and you can't do it. You know?
JP.
You wasn't out there. Yeah. Wish I could tell you it was easy, but it wasn't. Thugging at the bottom, it was just me and my cousins. Living in the trenches, out the dirty, it got muddy. I just paid attention, started hustling, getting money. Stuck to my dream, cause we never had a dollar. On the porch scheming, it was steaming like a sauna. Then you know one day this music shit found me. Real close call, you know the hood was about to drown me. But when you young, you really just be like Beto. They wanna know who the hardest riding in your set though. Once you get in the game, it's way harder to let go. We was throwing up the West like we was with that bro. For real. And we was trained to go cause we was trained to kill. From out the public housing with mama paying bills. You either elevating with us or you staying still. If you was ever facing time, you know how praying feels. Yeah, and you know prayer works. Instead of sharing knowledge, they be sharing hurt. Only the ones you really love hit you where it hurt. But you the diamond in the dirt, you the rarest worth. And even though you know it, you ain't gotta show it. And when you about to blow, when you start glowing, leave a message with the clerk cause I'm on tour. With a pretty French bitch saying bonjour. Hold up. I would wait for you to see I was great. You fumbled the bag, now or later you gon' figure out I was great. That's your problem, bitch. Okay. A new G-Wagon riding with the tent on it. Whip so bad, fucked around and tried to pimp on it. Bought it out cash, I ain't gotta pay rent on it. Stuck at the bottom like some pants with some lint on it. And now it's Cincinnati up on the plane. Coming to your city, bad bitches all know my name. If she trippin', I relieve her, I take away all the pain. I ain't never slippin', I'm the fourth, I'm seasoned up with game. Ay. Full court press, nothing less, we the best. And I know you know that shit. Whoever got the torch better hold that grip. When I slide, I'm like Cobra Slick. Cause niggas fake, and half of them snakes. None of them know the mistakes that it takes. To be this great, so I wait. To be this great, so I wait.